Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I want to show you some coin grading. Give you some coin grading tips as you go along, looking at different coins. And so what I did is I picked 3 different coins, all from the San Francisco Mint. And the reason I picked the same mint is because oftentimes the mints have distinctive looks. This is one of the things, if you're a Morgan dollar collector, that you want to realize that you're grading a little bit different look with each mint. So the San Francisco Mint coins, a lot of them are very lustrous and well struck, and a lot of them will appear to be a really high grade because the luster gets to be so nice on the coins. And so one of the things when you see that real bright luster in the background, sometimes you'll think that the coin is really a lot nicer than it actually is. So I got an 87S, an 02S, and a 98S, all real lustrous. And what I want to do is kind of walk you through a little bit of why these coins are graded the way they are by PCGS and NGC. And let's take a closer look. So all 3 coins have a little bit of a similar look to them, even maybe a little bit of a similar grade, but we're going to start with this 87S, which NGC called Mint State 61. And you may have noticed that it doesn't look at first blush like it has a lot of really strong distracting marks, but it has a lot of these areas like in between states and In God We Trust, with a lot of chatter marks, and you have a lot of real fine abrasions. See, even between the word America and the wreath, you'll see a lot of real fine lines that are almost like a discontinuation of the luster. A lot of fine lines in the fields here. So also across the cheek, you'll see they're almost like scuff marks. So scuff marks should be an indication, not necessarily of wear, but that you're probably not going to call it a high grade mint state. We can move over this 02S and take a closer look. And you'll see a lot of marks on here, but it doesn't have those scuff marks. It has more of contact marks. So your contact marks, basically when grading, if you start with like the grading scales in uncirculated, goes from MS60 to MS70. So if an MS70 is a perfect coin, it's kind of like every little contact mark brings you down on the scale a little bit. And those contact marks are going to be in different locations on each coin, and that matters. If the contact marks are hidden in the eagle's wings or on the wreath, and you don't really notice it, they don't count as much as if you have a hit in the open field that's really super obvious and is distracting to the eye. This PCGS coin is graded Mint State 63, a very nice lustrous coin. It has a lot of contact behind the head, underneath the unum and the stars there. And one of the other things to be aware of is anytime you get toning can be your friend and it can be your enemy. It can be your friend because it'll hide those contact marks, which can make a coin look nicer than it really is. But in the same way, that can be your enemy. If you're buying a coin, you want to have some idea that if it has a lot of contact marks or not underneath that toning. Because what you'll end up doing is you'll send a coin in to get it graded thinking it's a high grade, and PCGS or NGC take a close look at the coin under a good light and magnification, and they find those contact marks that are hidden. So I tried to find coins that were mostly white to give you an example. So you see this one has a couple of bigger contact marks, but the back side of the field here is fairly clean, some smaller contact marks on this 98S. And the reverse is fairly clean. You've got really nice open fields. Yeah, once you get those big contact marks in the open fields, that's really where they start to ding you on the grade. This one they called Mint State 64. I think that I picked out coins that you can fairly well see if you look at them closely, the grade variation. It's kind of difficult sometimes to really put your finger on a grade, and remember, it's not an exact science. So you can have coins that are similar in grade, like only one grade off, and they really won't necessarily look to be that dramatically different. So, but what you do want to be able to see is when you bring in something like this 030 here that I brought in, a bonus coin, there you go. And you can see how much cleaner the cheek is and the fields are than the previous coins. Little contact behind the head under the M. Then we'll look at the back kind of close. And you'll see a little bit of some contact marks, but they're the light kind. They're not the heavy gouge marks. There's some light contact marks in there between the eagle's wings and the wreath. Having some contact marks isn't the end of the world. And this coin is graded MS65. And one of the things that you kind of get used to over time is the look, right? So when you see a lot of chatter marks on a cheek or on an open field, and then all of a sudden you see a coin that has a real clean field to it, you'll start to see the look, and so your mind will start to go to, well, this is a higher grade coin. And then after that, you can look a little bit closer and see. And we'll even go so far in this video as to show you the bonus coin, this 1902 PCGS coin. And I just went from showing you San Francisco mint coins to New Orleans mint coins. So they actually have a little bit different field luster to them, generally speaking, and especially from the different time periods. But you'll see that field is really, really nice. It looks like a nice, fresh new coin. Those little contact marks, it's like barely even noticeable. A little bit of a green spot up there on the Liberty cap. And then on the reverse of the coin, you'll see some contact marks. But then you'll see these huge open fields of just beautiful silver without any real marks, some tiny marks, but stuff that you don't really see to the naked eye. And then this coin, PCGS, called Mint State 66. So anyways, I just wanted to take a closer look and walk through some organs with you to kind of give you a feel of the different grades that you can run into and some things that'll help you identify one grade from the next. Leave your comments and questions down below in the box. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.